Hello everyone, my name is Paul Persick. I'm the host of the DRN1 Sports Wrap Monday nights from 6pm. We're here at the Belmont Forum celebrating International Day of People with Disability, and we have the pleasure of being joined by inspirational para-athlete Rhiannon Clark.
Hi, thank you for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure having you on. She's going to talk to us about her life, upbringing and her success in the Paralympics, Commonwealth Games and the World Championships, where she has won silver and bronze. In fact, she's got her bronze medal from the Birmingham Commonwealth Games on display today. Rhiannon, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's pretty awesome to be here chatting to you.
Now, we were speaking before this interview began. You live with cerebral palsy. Could you tell us a little bit about cerebral palsy for those that are not familiar with it?
Yes, I was born with cerebral palsy. I was diagnosed at a few months old. So for my cerebral palsy, it's very mild and it's pretty hard to tell that I have any disability at all. So for me, it just affects my balance and my coordination. My muscles get a bit more tired and they're a bit more weak than any normal person's muscles.
Hey, how are you able to manage that with training for big events like that?
Yeah, so I've taken a lot of work to be able to manage my cerebral palsy and work with it because I'm in a classification with other people who have the same disability. So we're all on an even playing field, and I think it's just how you can work with your disability and use it and learn to live with it.
What's it like living with it day by day, considering what you've been able to achieve in your life since?
Yeah, it doesn't really affect my daily life too much. I definitely get tired walking around quite a lot, and training definitely takes a toll, so I need to recover a lot faster. I need to really work on improving my strength and all that types of stuff. So it just takes me a little bit longer to do things, but that's okay.
You've been in athletics for quite a while. Tell us about how you first entered athletics and what got you first hooked on it.
Yeah, so when I was 12 years old, I went to para-athletics come Tri-Day. I was pretty bad at sport when I was a kid. I didn't really do much running until when I was in a bit older years in primary school, and I just kind of found out that maybe actually I can run, and I started with a coach, and then I found out one day that I could go to a Paralympics, which was pretty cool. And then when I was 15, I got selected for the Commonwealth Games team, so that's when I really realised that I had a future.
I'm sure throughout your time in athletics you've had people, doubt your ability and when it's like for people to say that you can't do it. But what do you aspire to do because of your disability? Do you have any doubts about that, and how do you cope with those doubts?
Yeah, I've definitely had a lot of doubts, especially when I was younger, getting into the sport, because there weren't many other para-athletes doing it at the time, and I didn't really have many people to look up to, so I was trying to navigate through the para-sport world by myself. And definitely there's lots of doubters out there, but what I just say to them is I'm going to prove you wrong and I'm going to go out and do it. I'm going to go run fast and, yeah.
I can imagine that gives you an added sense of inspiration. What else sort of inspires you, not only in your life on the athletics track, but also away from it?
Definitely, I think a lot of advocates for disability out in the community throughout social media, they're very inspirational and they're paving the way for younger people like me who can go out and live in a community which will accept disability and understand it more.
That's fantastic stuff. Your story, not only on the athletics track but away from it, has gained so much support from everyone around Australia, especially from your wonderful family and your friends that are here today. How inspiring must it be to have this great support from all walks of life?
It's pretty amazing to have people around me who support me in everything I do, especially my mum. She was the one who drove me to training when I was younger, so I wouldn't have been able to do it without her. And she was the one who always believed in me when I was younger, and the doctors and physios were saying I probably wouldn't be able to run that well or even walk that well. So she was always the one who stood by me and told them that I'm going to be able to do it one day.
Now, your career has taken you to some wonderful places, more recently Tokyo for the Paralympics, Dubai for the World Championships, and Birmingham, where, as we mentioned earlier, you've got the bronze medal on display from the Commonwealth Games. What's it like to go to those places to compete for Australia?
It's pretty awesome to be able to travel, wear the green and gold, and just compete for Australia. I'm very honoured that I've had the opportunity to be able to do this because not a lot of people get to do this. And I'm just so grateful for all the support I've had behind me, from sponsorships to all the physios and everyone who puts the work behind the scenes.
It's an incredible team that is right behind you, not just your fellow athletes, but also those that look after you as far as your training and conditioning is concerned. It's a huge team that really puts in a lot of work.
Yeah, it's just not just one coach. There's so many people behind the scenes. I have an S&C coach, I have a dietitian, I have a psychologist, a physio. I have so many people around me, and they all work together to be able to create an amazing athlete.
Now, there's a lot of people out there that live with different disabilities, not just in Australia, but all around the world that aspire to be like you and other great para-athletes here in Australia. What sort of advice do you have for them that are looking to get into athletics or any kind of sport?
I think my advice would be just to try it. And even if people are going to say, oh, you'll never be a good runner or you'll never be able to do that sport, just give it a go, try it, have some fun, do something that you enjoy, because there's no use of doing it if you don't actually enjoy it. And just, don't listen to the haters.
Absolutely. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Now, a big year you've had in 2022. What about 2023 for your future events?
There's definitely some big events coming up. Next year I've got the Para-Athletics World Championships in Paris. So I'm looking forward to that, to be able to compete in the green and gold again and hopefully go better than previous results.
And of course, that's a nice lead into Paris 2024, where I can imagine you'll be competing, maybe get your first Paralympic medal, because you competed in Tokyo recently and had a great result. Yeah,
I was very happy with my Tokyo results. I'm hoping to better them in Paris for sure and hopefully get some personal bests at the next Paralympics. And I'm just really excited to go out and wear the green and gold again and just represent Australia if I make the team.
Well, wherever 2023 takes you, we wish you all the very best. It's a wonderful journey, full of inspiration and plenty of support. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Rhiannon Clark.
Thank you.
Now, if you would like to listen to this chat once again, you can check it out on the DRN1 website at drn1.com.au, or you can check it out on Monday from 6 o'clock on the DRN1 Sports Wrap. Thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to your company again soon.